Center. Today I am going to explain very fourth chapter, opposition of British rule in India, last part. So last video I explained about the India walk and fourth Anglo-Mysore war and about Tipu Sultan. So in this video I will explain you about Kittur Rani Chennamma first. Kittur Rani Chennamma. So let's know about Kittur Rani Chennamma. The Maratha, so the British did a administration in Marathas, so they got power in Marathas, Tipu Sultan kingdom, as well as Hyderabad. So there was a doctrine of lapse, as you know. The king should not make adopted son as king, and Kittur Rani Chennamma opposed this. So Kittur Rani Chennamma opposed this policy doctrine, lapse policy. Kittur lies between Dharwad and Belgaum. Between that Kittur lies. So after death of King Malla Sarja, his queen Rani Chennamma took administration power. So after that, Shivalinga Sarja, his son, adopted son Shivalinga Sarja took the administration because of illness of Rani Chennamma. Shivalinga Sarja took administration. Afterwards, Shivalinga Sarja helped British in to capture Maratha. Shivalinga Sarja helped British to capture the Maratha. As a result, they entered an agreement. With Kittur. Thomas Munro was Governor General there. Governor General of British. After death of Shivalinga Sarja, Chennamma adopted a son called Shivalingappa, and she ruled the kingdom. Thackeray, who was Governor General of Dharwad, he sent a letter to Governor of Bombay to take over Kittur by doctrine of lapse policy, because by doctrine of lapse the adopted doctrine of lapse policy, he said. By doctrine of lapse policy, as you learned in your second chapter, the adopted son should not become the king. So after that, Chennamma considered a war against them. By knowing this, considered a war. The British also did a war against them. British also did a war against them, and Thackeray was shot in that war, and died. And he died. Last the war, many British became prisoners. They did a war against Kittur under leadership of Diocon. They fought in war bravely. That Chennamma was captured by British Army. And Chennamma and others were in Bailahongala prison. Were reported in Bailahongala prison, and Chennamma passed away in the prison. And Chennamma passed away in prison. So Chennamma passed away in the Bailahongala prison. So this is about Chennamma. Now about Sangolli Rayana. Let's know about Sangolli Rayana. Sangolli Rayana fought against British with Kittur Rani Chennamma, as well as with Kittur Rani Chennamma he fought against British, as well as he was a brave soldier. And he was put to imprison along with Chennamma, and later he was released by British. He went on organizing army. Secret meetings. He did secret meeting, and he was looting the treasure of British from British Taluk office. He was looting that treasure, as well as he had made a army of 500 people. The British thought Rayana was having discussion. So the British thought Rayana was having interrogation. Means he was talking with Chennamma in jail. He was talking with Chennamma in jail secretly. So they shifted her to shifted her to Kusubal in Bailahongala. The British trying to defeat Rayana. The British trying to defeat Rayana. They started to encourage Desais who were against Chennamma. They were started to give encourage to Desai who were against Chennamma. As an Amaldar named Krishnaraya joined hands with British with them. Rayana was arrested and brought to Dharwad. Many of the soldiers surrendered after his arrest, and he was declared as offense. He has done a crime, the British court declared, and he was hanged. Many of the people kept his bravery still alive, in their life. They still keep their bravery in their life. So next is rebellion of Amarasuliya, a place called Amarasuliya. There the people rebelled against British. It was basically a farmers rebellion. As there was backset in Kodagu region in Karnataka. Dethroned means the British dethroned the Kodagu king. The British dethroned him. King Chikka Veera Rajendra was the king of Aleri dynasty. He was the king from Aleri dynasty. He was later transferred to Vellore from Bangalore, and later sent to Kashi. So the Chikkaveera Rajendra was sent later to Vellore, and next they transferred him to Kashi. Then created political instability in Kodagu. Afterwards, Aparampura Swami Aparampura Puttabasappa. Afterwards, Kalyana Swami organized and rebelled against them. Revolted against British. They three declared that they are part of Halleri dynasty. Swami Aparampura took the leadership. He was arrested in 1834 and sent to Bangalore jail. Bangalore jail. Then afterward, Kalyana Swami was arrested and arrested in 1837 and sent to Mysore prison. After this, Puttabasappa was left. So Puttabasappa, let's see what he does. Puttabasappa, in spite of this, he was doing a small revolt. He was doing a small revolt against British. He was doing a small revolts against the British. In spite of arresting of Kalyana Swami and his leader Swami Abramra, Sulia, Bellare and Puttur are major parts of this revolt of this Amarsulia revolt or the major part of this Amarsulia revolt. It is interesting to say that a farmer who was known as Puttabasappa was known as Puttabasappa as Kalyana Swami. Puttabasappa took the leadership of rebellion. He took the leadership of that rebellion. Rebellion was started in Hilly region. Regions. He organized the people and calmed them by saying we will try to make the tax on tobacco and salt to decrease, he said. All the farmers, whether they may be farmers like rich, poor, they all joined him. The first move was they revolt here in Governor General they revolt against Governor General in Bellary. Governor General in Bellare. Sorry to say Bellare. Puttabasappa killed a Amaldar. He killed a Amaldar who was known for his bravery, and he became famous. So they marched towards Mangaluru to capture it and start their revolt, capture it. Afterwards, the British were engaged in making forts. In Mangalore. They went to Mangalore from Mangalore from Mangalore and Bandwal they went to Mangalore, and Bandwal they went to Mangalore. Then so here Bandwal it is, sorry. They looted the treasury of Bandwal. They looted the treasury of Bandwal. Treasure of Bandwal. Then the British sent army of Kochuru, Talachari and Kannur and Bombay. And they sent the Bombay army to stop this. By hearing this Puttabasappa and his army turned towards Sulia. So while going after Mangalore, they turned towards Sulia. By hearing this, the British captured them. So the British arrested them, captured them by the help of Kodagu people. They captured them. They captured them. Puttabasappa, Lakshmappa, and others were hanged. So and 5 people they hanged. Though the rebellion failed, but it has an importance in the history. But it has an importance in the history of British. It has an importance. Let's know about rebellion of Surapura and Kodagu. Let's learn about Surapura first. So what was the rebellion of Surapura? Let's know about it. Present day, Surapura is 50 km away from Yadgir. So at the rule of Aurangzeb of Mughal, it was an important place. And during Marathas and Nizams of Hyderabad, it was a visual state, and now it is become and afterwards it was become a small territory. After it became a small territory, then this region, a person called Venkatappa raised a revolt against British. So Venkatappa Naik, let's know about him. Venkatappa Naik, he was son of a king, he came to throne after death of his father Krishna Nayak, and he was born in 1834 and came to throne in early age. In very soon age he became the king. But Krishna Nayak brother Pedda Nayak opposed this. Krishna Nayak brother Pedanayak, Pedanayak, Pedanayak opposed this. Next, this led to internal struggle as well as the British. In 1834-42, they appointed Taylor as the general of Surapura. They appointed Taylor. He developed princely states, and he stopped Pedanayak. He stopped Pedanayak as becoming Diwan. He stopped Pedanayak from becoming Diwan. Taylor conducted land survey and increased the revenue of the Surapura, increased revenue of the state. It was became a princely state now. So the revenue of the state, so now it is called as princely state. So the revenue of state increased due to the measures taken by Surapura. So he took measures to educate Venkatappa Nayak, and Venkatappa Nayak came to power. Venkatappa Nayak came to power in 1853. Came to power. Towards how the rebellion started in Surapura. Rebellion of Surapura. So the British government was seeing the development of Surapura. And in 1857, a letter came to government. A letter came to British government that Nana Sahib is present in Surapura. So Nana Sahib in Marathas, he was working as Diwan in Maratha. He is present in Surapura. So there I said they appointed Campbell to tell the development in the kingdom, in the Surapura kingdom. So as you know, Nana Sahib was working with the Marathas, as you learnt in the second chapter, history. Venkatappa Nayak was usually Venkatappa Nayak was usually present in the revolt of 1857, the first war for Indian independence. He was present in Karnataka. So in Karnataka he was fighting that first Indian independence. British captured Surapura in 1858. The British captured Surapura in 1858. In 1858, and there is a confusion, and there is a doubt whether he died or not. Rappa of Koppal. So Koppal Rebellion is an important rebellion. Koppal Rebellion is an important rebellion against British. It's an important rebellion against British. Koppal Rebellion is an important rebellion against British. Koppal and few regions were under control of Nizams. Under control of Nizams. So they were exploiting it, means they were taking the money from more money, exploiting it, and they were putting zamindari system. By this the people revolted. The people revolt against Nizam. People revolt against Nizam, and Veerappa is an important person among them. So Veerappa, who was Zamindar, revolted, rebellion against British, and captured few forts of Koppal, and by this many zamindar joined him. The British sent the army to Nizam to defeat Veerappa, but though the Veerappa has less soldiers, he died in war. In the war with British. British and the British again captured the fort. Captured that fort and captured the fort of Koppal, and he is always, and Veerappa is always remembered with his bravery. Veerappa is always remember with his good warrior. He was a good warrior. By that we all will be keeping him remember. So the last is rebellion of Alagali Bedaru. So Alagali is a small place in Mudol in Mudol district, Belagaum Taluk, and it belongs to Mudol. Mudol princely state. In 1857, after First War of Indian Independence, the British banned the usage of weapons. The Bedas, as the Alagali Bedas were hunter. The Bedas were hunter. They were needed weapons. needed weapons. So they rebelled against British. So they rebelled against British. British when the British asked to when they asked to surrender their weapons, they rebelled against them. The Bedas of Mantanur, Mantanur, as well as Bodmi, Alagundi, and other neighbors and other neighbors fought against British, but the British army entered into Alagali. British army entered Alagali, entered the Alagali, and they killed the Bedas, the Alagali Bedas in a bad manner, very bad manner, or very inhuman manner. Like they are not humans, they kill like that, or in a inhuman manner they killed them. The British army killed Alagali Bedas. So this is your chapter, opposition of British rule in India. So I explained all the topics of this chapter. So okay friends, if you don't forget to watch the description of this video. I will make these pages as making it PDF and leave in the description of this video that PDF link. And okay friends,